The rap beef between NBA Youngboy and King Von is one of the most talked about and emotionally charged conflicts in recent hip-hop history. It's not just about music or street reputation, it's a cautionary tale of how real-life tensions, fame, and loyalty can intersect with deadly consequences. To fully understand the intensity behind the beef, we have to start at the beginning, looking at the roots of both artists and how their paths crossed in a volatile way that neither fully walked away from. King Von, born Davon Bennett, grew up on the south side of Chicago in the infamous O-Block neighborhood, part of the Parkway Gardens housing complex. Raised in one of the most dangerous areas in the country, Von lived a life filled with violence, poverty, and constant police presence. Before rap, Von was deeply embedded in the streets and even served multiple stints in jail, including time for charges related to murder and attempted murder, though he was later acquitted. Rap wasn't just a career path for Von, it was a way out. He was introduced to the music industry by his close friend and fellow OTF artist, Lil Durk, who saw potential in Von's storytelling and street authenticity. On the other hand, NBA Youngboy, born Kentrell Golden, had his own rough upbringing in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Raised by his grandmother while his father served a long prison sentence, Youngboy also found himself in trouble at a young age. He was arrested multiple times as a teen, and by the time he broke through in music, he had already developed a reputation for being volatile, emotional, and intensely passionate. Youngboy's music connected with fans because of its raw honesty and unpredictability, qualities that also made him unpredictable in his personal life. At first, there was no direct issue between Von and Youngboy. In fact, they existed in different rap circles, Von representing Chicago drill, while Youngboy led his own wave from Louisiana. However, things began to shift around early 2020. On social media, King Von went live and started joking about Youngboy's rumored issues with women. He laughed and said, "Youngboy be talking gangsta on them songs, but he ain't like that."
Fuck Youngboy talking about on this song, bro.
What?
He talking crazy on this man.
Oh, yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On his ass, nah.
On his
All that cap. You got cap in your raps.
Though Von claimed it was all jokes, it struck a nerve. Around the same time, Von was photographed with Jania Michelle, Youngboy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of one of his children. While Von and Jania both claimed it wasn't serious, fans and Youngboy saw it as disrespectful. This moment marked the beginning of something deeper. Even though neither rapper directly dissed the other in interviews or videos, subtle shots began appearing in lyrics. Von released Mine Too, which many believe contained lines aimed at Youngboy's persona. Youngboy, always one to respond through his music, dropped Dead Trolls, a track laced with threats and warnings, though he never named names. This back and forth created a wave of fan speculation, with YouTube and social media dissecting every post, every lyric, and every video for clues about what was really going on behind the scenes. The situation became more volatile when Quando Rondo, a close affiliate of NBA Youngboy and a member of his 4KT crew, stepped into the spotlight. Quando, known for his loyalty to Youngboy, began taking subtle jabs at Von in interviews and online. Around this time, tension between OTF and 4KT started to build into a real-life divide. Von and Quando didn't directly interact much online, but the beef was now expanding beyond just Von and Youngboy. It became crew versus crew, with both sides carrying deep loyalty to their respective leaders. On November 6th, 2020, the tension turned deadly. Outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta, a fight broke out between King Von's crew and Quando Rondo's crew. Surveillance footage showed Von throwing the first punches at Quando, which quickly escalated into a brawl. Moments later, Lil Tim, a close affiliate of Quando, allegedly pulled a gun and shot Von multiple times. He was rushed to the hospital but later died from his injuries. He was just 26 years old. The incident shocked the hip-hop world, with fans and fellow artists mourning Von's death. It also confirmed what many feared: the beef had gone far beyond music. After Von's death, the silence from NBA Youngboy was deafening. He didn't release a public statement, post a tribute, or show any signs of remorse. However, Quando Rondo released a track titled End of Story, where he addressed the shooting and claimed self-defense. The song drew heavy backlash, particularly from OTF and Von supporters. Around this time, Lil Durk dropped Backdoor, a track many saw as a tribute to Von, with coded messages about betrayal, loyalty, and revenge. The song's timing and tone only intensified the ongoing war between the camps. In 2022, NBA Youngboy escalated things even further by dropping Bring the Hook, a track where he dissed O-Block by name, saying, "Nah, that Squid Game, O-Block pack get rolled up." The lyrics were seen as blatantly disrespectful toward King Von and his neighborhood. The track drew instant reactions, including from Chicago rapper Lil Reese, who called Youngboy out online. In response, Youngboy dropped even more diss tracks and released images of himself wearing face paint, mocking the rap game and claiming he was untouchable. Durk responded subtly but firmly through his own music, including the viral track Aha, where he addressed enemies and kept Von's memory alive. The back and forth continued for over a year, with Youngboy releasing a barrage of music aimed at multiple rappers, including Durk, Gucci Mane, and even Boosie. Durk, on the other hand, stayed calculated, responding in his own way, but never directly mentioning Youngboy by name. Despite the music being high energy and full of disses, fans could sense that the situation was still deeply personal. The deaths, the real-world consequences, and the loyalty between crews made it more than just a rap beef. It was street politics. The beef between NBA Youngboy and King Von wasn't built on a single diss track or a viral moment. It was a slow burn that spiraled into real-life tragedy. It highlights how in today's hip-hop scene, especially with social media, lines between entertainment and reality can easily blur.